Oh, that's a really cute little shop. We are in, oh, now I forget how to pronounce Straussen. I'll put it on the screen because I don't know. But essentially the Brothers Grimm wrote all the fairy tales like Little Red Riding Hood and whatnot. And there's this thing in Germany called Fairytail Way, where you can drive through all these little towns. Oh, that little wizard is so cute. You can drive through all these little towns where the Brothers Grimm used to come through and get inspired and write their stories. And so we've come to the one that they sort of, I think, were lived at and were based at, but lots of cute little houses. And it's a Sunday morning, so it's very quiet, and there's not many people around, and a lot of the shops are closed because on Sunday, and pretty much everywhere in Europe, things are closed. So it's 10:58 in the morning, but it's nice standing in the sun. It's very fresh in the shade, so we're just going to go for a bit of a wander and enjoy the little townships, and then we're going to head to a couple of other little ones along the way today. But there's a whole road and like every stop along the way that you can go to between Frankfurt and Hamburg. So there's 30 or 40 different stops, but we're just doing a day trip out of Frankfurt and then back. So yeah, but it's lovely already. This up from a shop in the train station last night. We just went and grabbed some pretzels and some stuff for dinner, and we didn't eat this, and it looks like kind of like a glazed twist with like cinnamon sugar and nuts maybe. It looks really good, so we're gonna have that for like brekkie while we're sitting here. We've just wandered through the town. Like every little house is a cute little house. It's really cute, and because there's no one here, there's literally like no one around because it's a Sunday, it feels weird walking through the streets like we're not supposed to be there. Almost like a little movie set. It's kind of cool. So if you want complete privacy and no one around, and to be able to, you know, take some photos without tourists everywhere, then Sunday mornings are your day to come and visit this place. It's very cool. It's very quiet. It might get busier in the afternoon. I'm not too sure.
It's going about 12 o'clock. What's going on?
I don't know. He sort of just sat there and watching it. I don't know if he's waiting for someone. There's a man just pulled over on the side of the road, kind of just watching us. Like, hello, hi, how are you? I know. And then a lady pulled up behind him. I'm confused. Anyway, we're going to enjoy our little twist, and yeah. So we found a pub that's open. There was a place that there was a lot of people sitting at the front of, but it was like they just do Sundays on Sunday, which is fun, but we needed something a bit more hearty than an ice cream sundae for lunch. So we've come to this little pub around the corner. It's open, everyone's sitting inside, because their courtyard area isn't in the sun, and so then it's a bit cool in the shade. But I think I'm going to get a schnitzel. But I'll have a look at the menu when she brings them over. Yeah, but it's a very cute little pub. It's a very fancy little pub. Looks like it's been done up. They've got very formal napkins and cutlery already placed on the table, so I think it's quite a formal sort of place. So yeah, it looks lovely. And this village is really cute, so we'll wander around this a bit more once we've had lunch, because we're a bit hungry. And then it's very cool. I got the Wiener Schnitzel, which is huge. There's my hand for size. It's massive. Caitlin got a massive bowl of ham and cream tortellini. That's good? It's really good. This looks really good, so I'm going to dive in. So we had lunch. It was delicious. Massive. It was huge, and it was only €26 for the two of us, which is silly cheap. That is the bonus of coming to small towns. It's always a lot cheaper. There is a car coming, not sure which way, but we are wandering around. So it's Alsfeld, we think, is how you pronounce the town. We're not 100% sure, but the buildings are just all this kind of half wooden, yeah, it's like wooden and concrete on the outside, but it's very similar to the buildings that we saw in Stratford upon Avon, but it just looks like a fairy tale. Look, we're literally just walking up the street, and that's what we can see. And yeah, it's very pretty. So if you ever get a chance to come here, you need to hire a car to get out here, because to try and get here by bus or public transport,
I wouldn't even know how you would do that.
No, I don't think so. But it's like an hour out of Frankfurt, so why not?
Worth coming to.
Oh my god, look, it looks like wonky. You see that on the house? It's like wonky. But yeah, it's very cool. Got to get in. You have to go through the door to open the shutter, because we're parked at the back. And then she should be able to pull the shutter, and I should be able to drive in. Beautiful. This is where we're parking. Much nicer than out on the street. I don't trust the street parking, so... Oh, I could have driven in there. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to park the same spot I parked last night. Good morning. Morning. We are in Frankfurt. I can't remember the last thing I filmed yesterday, but we went around to a couple of small towns and took some photos and just went for a drive yesterday, which was lovely. This morning, it's about what, 10 o'clock?
Yeah.
And we're walking to a place called Sunnyside Up, which is the brunch place, because we're missing our brunch. And Caitlin had a Google. There's a few Melbourne looking brunch places, and Sunnyside Up was at the top of the list. So we're walking there now, It's going to be like a 2k walk, which will be nice. It's fresh this morning. It's not freezing, but it's like, whew.
It's got some edge to it.
Yeah, but the sky's blue, which is nice, and this afternoon it's supposed to get to 20 degrees, which will be cool.
Look out.
I know. Whew. We're only going to head more north now though, yeah. So it's only going to get colder and colder. But it's nice in the sunshine. So yeah, we're enjoying that this morning. Have some brunch, we'll wander around the old town a bit and just sort of have an exploring day today, I think. And then tomorrow morning we drop the car off just around the corner from our hotel, which is handy, and head to Berlin on the Flix train. So this will be our first Flix train we've had, which is fun. We've only done Flixbus so far. So yeah, that'll be good. And then Berlin and on. Wandering. We wandered from the brunch place across up to the main shopping area and just been browsing some shops, but now we've come to kind of the main square where all the buildings are like the lovely half-wood houses that we've been seeing the last couple of days in the smaller villages, but this is in the center of the city and there's like a little fountain. It's very lovely, so we're going to enjoy this for a bit. There's also a massive funky looking cathedral, so might go suss that out. Or this little church here. But yeah, it's lovely. Oh, someone's singing. Leave Frankfurt. It's currently what, 8:30, 8:30 in the morning. We're just waiting at the train station for our train, which is the 9:12 from Frankfurt to Berlin. So there was a Macca's that opened at 8 and we've just sat and had a little snacky for breakfast and coffee, long black, because they don't do alternative milks here. It's very much just a push button machine. They also don't serve hash browns here for breakfast in Germany. On a quick Google, it's because it's not considered a breakfast food here. Hence why they're not serving them, apparently. But yes, we've had a little snacky. Been approached by a couple of people asking for donations, charity. Not necessarily charity, but begging. But yes, Frankfurt's been interesting. There's been some really, really cool parts, but there's also been some parts that you maybe want to avoid, like near the main train station. It's just a bit hay going. No one really approached us or we ever felt threatened, but there's just a lot going on, a bit chaotic. So if you don't have to walk past there at night time, I highly suggest you don't. Yeah, but we returned the rental car this morning, everything was fine, and now we're off to Berlin, which will be exciting. So quick whirlwind of Berlin, and then off to Hamburg after that. But it should be a good little journey on the Flix train today. Different to the Flix bus, but we'll see how it goes.